Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Okay, welcome to Midnight Movie Madness Live with my friend the Gold Man. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. And I gotta tweet this out.
Oh, sorry, Max. I had something recording elsewhere. How you doing? How's everyone doing?
Oh, good. We're gonna have some fun at the beginning. We're gonna look at some AJW videos. Why do I say AJWs? I call them the anti-justice warriors or asshole justice warriors, justice for assholes, and put that above all else. And it fits. I think it's going to be trending soon. AJWs. But we're going to try to watch the Quarterling, little Quarterling, try to act like he's got diversity of videos and thought, and that he's not always just calling woke when there's little there, and see how he reacts to women kissing. Let me. I gotta tweet out this video. Hold on before I forget.
So, I actually haven't watched any of the Quarterling's videos before, so this will be a new experience for me.
Okay.
Most of my Fandom Menace like videos I watch, which is rare. I'll watch Geeks Plus Gamers sometimes, but I don't really do that anymore. It's too aggravating.
I get that. I'm gonna thumbs this up because we should. Thumbs up this video. Thumbs up for the Gold Man. Try to do more streams. Hold on. Plus, actually, YouTube and Twitter is having an issue sending out notifications. So if you thumbs it up, it's gonna help. It's still weird. It's wonky.
I was on Fanjecture's Kahoot. I wasn't on it, but I was watching the Kahoot stream yesterday that he had, and he was saying how, I guess with the whole what do we call it, the Bud Light virus?
Yeah,
the whole Bud Light virus thing. How I guess YouTube's like, it doesn't spread out the word for live streams, and it's harder to get people to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks.
So you can help by tell me if you're here in the comments too. Those are some nice posters you got back there.
Thank you. You should see throughout my whole basement. I have so many posters.
Okay.
That's cool. When I eventually move out, I don't know if I'll be able to take them all.
Oh yeah, that's hard. You collect things. I got a new Mandalorian poster.
I need a Mandalorian poster.
I'm not planning on filming in my dining room forever. I was working on my room for upstairs, but this is just easier. And I can hang out. My dogs are on the couch. They're chilling. They can't hang out in the other room. So that's the other reason I'm like, I'm going to start filming upstairs, but then I always film in my dining room.
One thing that's terrible about I shouldn't say terrible because it's an exaggeration, but about the virus is that since I'm no longer at school, I left if you see my videos, I have this big cardboard cutout of Claude from the Rise of Skywalker. So he's still there. He won't be joining us anytime soon.
Oh no, that's true.
So I'm very upset about that. I'll miss him.
I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do. Oh, that's another update I have to give. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. The viewing party will happen eventually. I'm just not sure if it's gonna happen tomorrow or not because of Lewis wants to give more to the audience. He's still waiting on something from Disney, and he wants the watch party to be really special and be able to offer something to people tuning in. So he wants to get it right.
I respect that.
We'll have to see. I did start watching the behind the scenes. You don't have. I mean, they released it early on digital. Do you do digital, or do you have it yet? Or
I usually don't do digital, but I was impatient, so I bought it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So I've seen the documentary. I haven't seen all the other special features yet, but I have seen the main 2-hour documentary.
Oh yeah, that's when I started. I was like, yes. I'm more interested in the documentary stuff than the actual movie, to be honest. I'm still interested in seeing the movie, but I started to see, and that's one of the topics I was going to cover later is Billie Lourd. It was great seeing her talking about Carrie and how she would love being her mom's movie. I love that. It really it was a good moment, like with all this chaos going on. You gotta embrace the good moments. I really enjoyed that, and I only watched like 10 minutes of the documentary, so I
Did
might.
did you buy it, the movie?
No, I did not.
Oh, you saw the
No, Lewis came on last night's Midnight Movie Madness live.
Mhm.
He got a box from Disney, and he got a Blu-ray, and he shared the digital code with me so we could do the watch party. That's now delayed. So I'm also debating. Like now, I'm like, should I watch it? I kind of want to give the fresh reaction live to the viewers of a boycotter actually watching the film for the first time. So I phobic Xeno, I know, but I want you guys to be able to see my first reaction. I don't want a second reaction because it might be raw and I might go mad. So
as a fan of yours, Max, I would like to see your reaction to the movie on YouTube.
Okay, all right. So I think I'll wait. I could. That doesn't stop me from watching the supplemental materials, the extras. I could watch that ahead of time. Yes, I am still the last boycotter, but I know I didn't pay for it and I didn't steal it. So I didn't go the easy route either. I did not. All right. So let's get. Oh, did you have something to say?
A quick question: did you ever watch the Last Jedi documentary?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was good, but it also, I'll be honest. I'm watching Mark Hamill, like when he's going like this, he's so into it, and he wanted something different for the character. It is a good documentary, but it also it makes me feel more. Oh, hey, Matt. Hey, Matt Jarbo could come on if you want. I don't know. Are you up for Matt tonight?
I'd be down. Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, let's send it to invite to Matt. I didn't tell Lewis that though.
Would he mind?
I don't know. He just kids about it. He always jokes about it. Oh, I haven't messaged you in a while, Matt. Let me see. All right. Okay, I sent Matt Jarbo a link. We'll see if he pops in. Cool. Hello, Phobic Xeno. Hey, Sci-Fi Dragon, you're my pal, but I want to try to keep a focus on new up and coming YouTubers, like one at a time. So if we have too many people on, it doesn't help. It doesn't really. You don't get as much in the conversation. So this is why I'm having less on at a time to try to give focus to new people, give people a shot. So the Gold Man gets his shot, and he's been doing. He does better content than me, honestly. He does more fun. Here's Matt Jarbo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, here's the Gold Man. He has some great YouTube videos. He only has a few up right now, but he really needs to get involved more in this community. He has a lot to offer.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you on, Matt, while he's on.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to come on. I just was like, "Hey, what's up?" And then
okay.
like, "Oh, hey." Well, I'm waiting for Animal Crossing to finish downloading to my Switch.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna go crawl in the bed, and then I'm just gonna play Animal Crossing because like I'm 37, so screw it, right? I'm also fighting a cold right now, so if I sound terrible, that's the whole.
All right. Well, stay safe.
Well, it's not. I don't have coronavirus.
Are you sure?
Yes,
No.
I'm positive. But like, here's
Bud Light virus.
Sorry, but the beer bug, Bud Light, whatever you want to call it. But no, I do Uber Eats delivery on the side, right?
I
So like,
know.
I had to take today off, and I'm like, because I live in a state where like all the restaurants are shut down.
Yeah.
So like, I'm like, oh, I go make some serious money this week, and then I get this cough and the sniffles. I'm like, well, I ain't going out. The last thing I need is like just to go. And have something like lose their mind, you know?
Yeah, you're not getting a tip. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. I don't. Well, yeah. Some people don't even tip as it is, but
oh,
you know,
really?
Yeah. It is what it is. But I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Oh, I was talking about the Quarterling. I don't know if you want to stay.
Oh, good. I don't care. What's he gonna do? Another video about how my child's not my child? Okay, come on.
No. Oh, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, he did. Well, there's some like someone privately recorded a conversation in Discord, and they deceptively edited some audio to make it seem like I said my girlfriend's daughter in regards to my 7-month-old. And so there are people out there that are trying to argue that like my kid's not my kid, that I'm just a cuck. And then like they immediately apply it to like it being like a black dude named Tyrone.
Oh.
Right. And so, I know this is true. I told my girlfriend about it, and now that's an inside joke between us.
Okay.
So it's like we just laugh it off because it's like so stupid. It's ridiculous. I don't share pictures of my kids publicly,
Yeah.
but
For good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. But yeah, like my daughter looks like me, so it's like, you know, there's no way around it. But yeah, the Quarterling did a video. Okay, so in another privately leaked recording of me, people like to try to record me privately, so I just say this shit publicly now. I had criticized the Quarterling because I've met him in person. I met him in Milwaukee at September 2018. You know, and he was nice enough to my face and whatnot, but he's a duplicitous piece of crap. And so like I criticized him in this recording, like, and so he felt the need to like make a video. That's how you know when you do light criticism of people like him or Jeremy and they respond with a video that you found a way underneath their skin.
I don't get any videos made about me.
But you know why? But you know why, Max? Is because you're too over the top. You're Mad Max. No, that's really what it is. I'm not even kidding you. It's like, but you light. Okay, if you do, think of it like oh no, that's not the right analogy. I was thinking like the atmosphere. But okay, think of it like this: if you come at them head on, right, and you come at them head on, and they look for the things they can deflect, right? They call upon the bigger picture. You know, like they'll sit there, you criticize Jeremy over something and he'll go like, and the Phantom Menace, and he'll go, but charity, right? Because you've heard me pull that one up before, you know? And I was watching Monsters University this morning with my daughter, and there's this whole thing on there that reminds me of him, where like they take a picture of like Sully and Mike and a bunch of the other Uzma Kappa brothers, and like this, you know, covered in paint and with teddy bears. And they're like, stop selling the photos. Like, oh, what, you want us to stop selling for charity? Right? And it's like, I just kind of thought of that. But anyway, if you come at them straight on, they can find a way to deflect using a bigger picture perspective. But if you come at them with light criticism that it's like they can't wriggle away from, it gets underneath their skin. Look at Mecha Random. I said you didn't like, you criticized her for not watching Black Panther and talking crap about Black Panther, and she threatened to sue me and file restraining orders against me. Goldman, this is true. This happened back in
and
December.
He was right. He was right too. He was absolutely right.
So it's like, so I called Jeremy a YouTube idiot in a tweet, not even directly referencing him. I just called him a YouTube idiot. Whole video he made on me, right? Trying to say that I'm trying to like cancel Jeremy because he has to protect his ego. Like a lot of it's ego. A lot of these guys are so wrapped up in this nonsense right now that that's all it is to them. It's just their ego, and they can't stand the fact that it gets challenged every once in a while. But they've built this echo chamber full of people who just continuously get gaslit by them and are so high on their own farts that they never actually stop to like question it. But if you can get them away from that group, it's so easy to break the narrative. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry I talked too much.
Oh no, that's good. That's
I
fine.
enjoyed that.
Well, here's the, just to give you, you probably didn't watch this, Matt.
No, I don't watch the Quarterlings. I don't watch his content.
Okay, so he released a video today. Sorry, Angry Joe. I refuse to roast Motherland Fort Salem. It's a new woke show, but he's trying to show he's got the. This is what the. And just so you know, I'm going to make this trending. I'm calling them AJWs, anti-justice.
Yeah, I've heard you say that.
Or asshole justice warriors, justice for assholes above all else. And what do the asshole justice warriors like to do? They try to say they don't leave a stank on the internet. No, you are, and they like to point to one example of at this time I didn't go after woke. Woke has its place, and this is where we're trying to see him flounder because he's actually just responding to Angry Joe saying, "Oh, I'm sure this group of people on the internet are gonna love going after this," and he's like, "I don't have to, I don't," and he can't keep it up the whole video. The nice guy routine.
Well, yeah, the whole point is that they won't go after that show, which I saw the trailer for and it looked terrible. But it's because it's not popular enough, right? If what's it called? Homeland, Mother, Sister, what's it called? Motherland. It's something with witches, right? It's witches.
Right.
Okay, so let's say this show gets to its 5th season and becomes like the zenith of pop culture entertainment. Then they're gonna come running, because that's what they did with Game of Thrones season 8.
Right.
Jeremy's
it's popular.
Yeah, when it's popular. It's not popular right now. So they have no reason to jump on it. I mean, that's the truth of it. They only care about the algorithm. They only care about, I think you use the term algorithm squatting.
I also gave him another nickname, Hate Spamley, because his name's Jeremy Hambley. They're hate spammers. That's all it is. It's easy to do.
Well, it's not hard to get people upset. I mean, it really isn't, And then if you get them upset, it's also confirmation bias, right? So like, they pick little things that really are kind of pointless, and they ramp them up, but then they also apply them to things that are not pointless, that actually have a point, and they conflate them, and that just causes confusion. I mean, I legitimately tell people that like groups like the Fandom Menace just make you dumber. No, they do. They just make you dumber. It's because there's no critical thought that goes into it. Like there's none. It's always
they're all ghosted me now. They won't even come on after the last time we had actually, Matt, now that you're on it, the last time I had a Fandom Menace on was when you and Ruthie, and then since
and that was so funny too, because I came in to give you a hard time. Right. And then she got like all sorts of defensive.
I love Ruthie though, but
she blocked me on Twitter like right after that too. That was really funny. Like, I don't even know. I just like, I think you retweeted something and it popped up in my feed as like blocked. And I'm like, what? And I click, I'm like, what the all right, man. Like, it's one of those things where, they again, the word I used in that stream after she left was indoctrination, because that's precisely what it is. They don't want to talk to me anyway, because like I will push back on so much of the nonsense.
The funny thing is, after Jeremy's tweeting says, some people just want to make everything miserable. I'm like, what? You're projecting. What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Does he work at a movie theater? Right? Is that what he does for a job now? Does he work at a movie theater? That's so much projection, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these are people that are like, like, what is it? I criticized Clownfish TV, I think like last week or something.
Clowns.
Right? Because like they were like on Twitter saying like, oh, inside sources say this sort of thing, whatever. You know how it is where they try to hide behind the words of like allegedly.
Yeah.
Because you know how it is. Like they say that, but they don't, it's kind of a gimme, right? It's a bit of a weasel tactic, because they hide behind it. And then if it's called out, they go, well, I mean, it was allegedly, but they want you to believe it's true. They want their audience to believe it's true. Look at Doomcock, right? He comes out there, says all this stuff constantly about like test screenings. And they're like, that's not true. I mean, Ryan Johnson the other day actually came out and said he wished he would have done test screenings on The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So it's like, and I meant to do a video, but I'm still fighting this damn cold.
I would have loved to have been that test screening.
Oh, me too. I would have loved to have been there, been like, so you're going to cut that fade, right? Like Luke's not going to.
Yeah, he says that now, but he had Mark Hamill telling him right there if he was really open to. I don't. Oh, but we got to get to the video.
Yeah. Sorry.
We do have one question from Zekwig for Goldman. How's your YouTube experience been so far?
I'd say my YouTube experience has been good. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I've been slacking on making videos like this past 2 weeks, but I've been able to get on your stream. This is my second time, and I'm really glad I'm on, and I'm enjoying it. So thank you.
Sure, no problem. Let's get to this video. I'm not watching the whole. We're not going to watch the whole video. Okay. We're just gonna watch it. The first part of the video, is the whole thing saying Angry Joe's so wrong. They like to say we're misogynist, and then we're just against everything. But that's not the case. This is how diverse I am. Look at what kind of video I can make. But then he can't keep up the act, and he flounders laughing at it. Mainly because is it woke just to see two women kissing? No. Let's watch. All right.
Of a new show aren't going to be that gripping. It takes a while from the pilot or whatever to get into it, but let's see. I mean, obviously there's some imagery here. You have little clips of the show where like the women are in power and the man dips. I guess. I mean, that's just cringe. But again, they define themselves as set in an alternate America where witches ended their persecution 300 years ago. Okay. I mean, it's part of Disney and ABC. Stunning imagery. Would love to see flashbacks of certain things. I see a bunch of spoiled, rotten, angry girls and girly boys. Too bad women need magic to form a cohesive combat unit. Oh, come on. I just don't. Let's see. Let's take a look at a little bit of the trailer here because I'm curious just how bad it is. I don't understand.
He's trying to switch it up because he has been crying about his views and stuff, and he's like, I'm going to stop talking about people on Twitter. I'm just going to be more casual.
I saw that
because he went after comic skaters and they didn't like it. So you really the ones that say cancel culture and diversity and they like freedom of speech really don't like it when you actually give real criticism. They cancel you. Social media cancel. Social media did this thing, which Jeremy's doing to me right now. I said I want to talk about your favorite subject, Whammon. I said I finally have something to talk to you about. Let's come on my show to talk about Whammon, and he unfollowed me again. Not this Jeremy, the Geeks Plus Gamers. All right.
Let's see this.
The
This
witches
is
of Salem ended their persecution
Let's see this.
by making a deal. We made a vow to use our power to protect our nation. Today, we are warriors.
okay.
On the front lines in the defense of our country.
I'd give this show a shot. I don't know.
The Army United States.
Again, so we're a minute in. We've seen no men are weak. We've just seen women being strong. And that's how you do it. I'm not saying that this show is for me. It's probably full on cringe. Like,
what does he cover that is for him? He doesn't. I honestly don't know anything he covers that he actually enjoys or that he would watch. Do you know anything, Matt?
I secretly think he watches She-Ra on Netflix.
I watched She-Ra with my wife. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
It was decent. I mean, it's different, sure, but it worked.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I bet you he watches I bet you he liked The Rise of Skywalker. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you a lot of this is an act, even on Jeremy,
Yeah.
and G&G, it's an act. Because didn't he say like he liked The Last Jedi until it became popular to hate on it?
Oh, he did. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it because I talked about him deleting his original thing, and I if I bring that up again, people are gonna be mad. But I did a whole video series on that.
Well, all I'm saying, it's a simple yes or no in that regard. But yeah,
he liked it.
It's like,
he liked it.
Like the thing is, like, I'll admit to crap that like I like that a lot of people out there would never admit to liking. Like, I'll fully admit, like, I'm a huge Spice Girls fan, right? Gigantic Spice Girls fan. Saw them in concert, first show of their reunion tour, December.
Okay, there's enough of that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong. Oh, I paid a lot of money to go. I had a blast, right? It was such a good show. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like there's nothing wrong with liking things,
right?
And that's the whole point. Is like these guys get off and they get a lot of money by hating on literally everything.
Here's the thing that's funny to me is a lot of their video titles are "This is cringe." Are ladies being like represented or trying to create art? Is that cringe, or is this guy in his room that needs to manscape his neck? Because he has ads for manscaping in his videos. It's just absolutely ridiculous. This guy should not be talking about manscape the one off your neck.
Is he sponsored by like some sort of
Manscaped down there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But let's get to the funny part because it's about the women. They can't take women kissing is not woke. That's the other thing that Matt, you've said in the past, diversity. Don't show it in our movies, or we'll whine about it. But if you put it in a search hub, they'll be all about that diversity. It's just all right. Let's continue. I'm going a little hot there. All right.
Interested in a review that says, well, you've got to commit 6 hours of your time and then maybe the show will be good. I'll just not watch the show. But this is fine.
This is fine.
Dark days await us. We live in a time of ancient hatred
Okay.
and emerging threats.
That looks pretty intense.
Are those all men?
That's all men. That's funny.
Spree are ruthless and savage. They operate in secrecy and are undetectable.
Ah.
Fight them. We can't even tell them so much. The storm and fury.
So the spree are the people that they fight against, I guess. I mean, it doesn't look that bad.
Wouldn't mind learning.
Honestly, it doesn't look that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
see, it's does that immediately mean woke to ever? This is, I mean, me and Boshti are going to cover this on This Week in Woke about what woke means to different opinions. Just women kissing. Oh, now we got a rail on it.
Couldn't
Oh
handle
my
it.
god. If women were kissing right in front of you, you wouldn't be laughing, dude. Let's be honest. How would the hate Spamley react if two ladies were in that room with him kissing? This is what's actually cringe to me, is him laughing at women kissing. Hey, look, I wasn't complaining. Were you guys complaining? Just there? No.
No.
It seems expected in the show where there's all these women. I mean, it seems likely there'd be a lesbian couple or something like that.
Right, but that he can't keep up the nice guy routine the whole time. So here we go.
I mean, it doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look that bad.
Wouldn't mind learning to do
that. Again,
I'll never be this happy. That's why I'm jealous. I'm just a hater. All right. Don't
Yeah.
listen to me.
if the show doesn't rely on it, females can have their relationships, obviously. If it's all the show is, like Batwoman, then it's not going to be well received.
Hey, I started to watch Batwoman. I wasn't complaining then either. I didn't finish the show because other stuff happened in my life. I didn't get back to it. I want to get back to Batwoman. I mean, I'm not expecting much. Just the show.
Did you actually enjoy it?
I didn't hate it. My wife did. She left the room. But I wasn't complaining.
I've only
haven't
seen the first episode of that show.
Yeah.
Did you like it, Matt?
Yeah, I saw it at Comic-Con last summer, so I saw it like a few months early, and it wasn't bad. I'm just gonna wait for it to come to, I think, Netflix when the season's over, and then I'll check it out.
Oh, Cousin Angel of Yonkers. That is disgusting. The Spring Breakers, because it's not respecting other people. You got to put other people ahead of yourself, not just think only about yourself. Which brings us back to the AJWs, justice for themselves, and that's it, and only care about what that does themselves. So, all right. I think that's where we'll end it for him, though. We have some other topics to discuss. You could. I don't know if you want to stay on or if you got your Animal Crossing ready to go, Matt.
No, it's downloaded. I'm just waiting for the Switch to charge a bit more. So I'm good.
That's a good way to spend the weekend, a happy way. Is this new version have I like gaming too. I'm not into that type of game. I bought it for my wife, but it's not getting here till Monday, and she's upset. She's like, "Oh no, I can't play till Monday. All my friends are playing."
Yeah, I've been a fan since 2004 or 2003, I think, when it came out. The first one came out. So, and I'm getting it because, like, as my children get older,
yeah,
they'll want to probably play it.
Right.
And so that's another reason why I'm getting it, so I can kind of, get them into gaming a bit. And I think Animal Crossing is just a lot of, it's such a chill thing.
Yeah.
It's like Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing came out right now. So you have like hardcore ultra violence, chill out on the beach and like go and catch some fish. Right. Yeah. It's just like two different extremes. And I'm going for the more relaxing one.
Sure. I'm still stuck to buying physical copies, and my wife hates that too. She's like, I could have been playing already, but I got a discount on the physical copy. I got some Best Buy rewards and I got another discount. I'm like, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. When they had their Gamers Club unlocked and it was like $30 for 2 years, I did that, and man,
Me
I saved
too.
so much money
Me
on
too.
games.
I miss that. I haven't been buying as many games because of
Yeah,
that.
I've been waiting for them to go on sale digitally. Like Doom Eternal is $60. It will be 40 in 2 weeks.
Goldman, do you play? Are you a gamer?
I play Xbox. I don't have a Switch. I've never played Animal Crossing, so I know nothing about that. So I'm a little quiet.
Xbox One X, the new one.
No, I still have my like first generation Xbox One. It's quite old. I actually need a new one soon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have you played the Viva Pinata games?
No, I play very few games. My diversity in video games is very minimal.
That's okay. There's always room to grow.
You have Star Wars games for it?
I played Battlefront, Fallen Order, the other Battlefront.
You have Fallen Order?
Yeah, I played that game. I finished the whole game in like 3 days. I played it like 25 hours straight. It was very unhealthy.
It's a good game.
I want to get
it. It's a very
still.
good game.
How'd
you like that ending? That ending. Don't say what it is, but just like that. Oh, it was spoiled for me, but then I still had a huge smile on my face the whole time.
Actually, I should see how much that is. It probably dropped in price.
I think it's like $40 right now. Yeah,
Okay,
like that's the thing. You can like I bought Ghost Recon Breakpoint when it came out for like 60 because I'm a big Ghost Recon fan, and then over the holiday, like 6 weeks later, it was $20 for the holidays, and it's because the game was like pretty fundamentally broken. I dove back into it the other day to check it out, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, you have Battlefront 2, Goldman?
Yep. Yeah.
I heard
I don't play it as much.
I heard it got really
much
good
better,
with the update. I still want to get a crew together and play that. I have an Xbox. I have an Xbox, PS4, and a Switch.
Wow.
And I don't play any of it because I'm streaming all the time.
Yeah, that gets me, man. Like, that's why I get done with work. I go home and I play Call of Duty for like a couple hours.
You been playing Warzone?
Yeah, I started playing it last night. I really like it. I
like it too.
I was really impressed with the additions to the Battle Royale gameplay. And I like that they start you with a pistol. Because, like, man, you get into some of those early fights, like, you don't even think someone's going to land behind you, and then it just turns into this, like, mini gunfight. It's great.
And the gulag thing is really nice, too.
Yeah, I like that, too. I actually won that by just running around the guy. And, like, he didn't know where I was, and then I just, like, went right to the center, and I captured the flag, and I got back in. I'm like, all right, man, see you later.
Max, do you know what we're talking about?
No, I don't play Call of Duty. I don't like. I respect the game. I don't like realistic, like war type games. I like sci-fi and stuff. I'm not against it. I just haven't got into it yet.
It's like, but you know, Battle Royale though, right?
Yeah,
and that's what Warzone is. It's just, but the cool thing is they actually added the map is huge. It's effing huge.
Very big.
Yeah, and they also put in multiplayer maps from the game as different sections in the open world. And it's not just from Modern Warfare, it's like from other Call of Duty games as well. Which is crazy when you're like, oh yeah, let me just like run through the airport, and you get in there and you're like, wait a minute. I've played Terminal before. Oh my God. Right? And it's just like, so there's a lot of love and care that goes into this. I think it's really good.
Do you think since we're talking about gaming, we'll get to the movie stuff too. But I want to. This is good because this is what I want to do in the future. Talking about just entertainment, gaming, collectibles, comics, all on the same show. And I follow gaming a lot, even though I don't get to play as much. Because of all this chaos, I think the interest wasn't. I don't think people were as hyped for PS5 and the next Xbox even before this started. But now that's after it started, do you think they should delay, especially after the thud of that PS5? I watched it. Man, was that boring. With one of the developers for PS5, Mike Cerny.
Oh, Mark Cerny, yeah.
Mark
like
Cerny. Oh,
he's not a good presenter.
What happened in the presentation that didn't go well?
He just was very technical. It's like he would have been boring even if you're talking to a bunch of people in the tech department. They didn't film in front of an audience, so they had these fake cutout audience members that made it even worse. And I didn't finish it. I was like, are they going to show one picture? I'm like, they're never going to show a picture of the PS5. This just proves. I mean,
They didn't show a picture of the PS5.
No, this is the way these new consoles are going. They just talk about specs because it's really just an upgrade of the last one, honestly. It's just better. I mean, the way it's going, they're just iteration. They don't have like a. That's my point of view. I mean, I could be wrong, but
did they give a release date?
I don't think so. Matt, do you know?
I mean, what I had heard was like November of this year, but I really don't think that it's gonna happen. I just think that they're gonna delay that in the Xbox One X or the Xbox Series X, which is fine with me actually, because I mean, there's still like Cyberpunk 2077, Halo Infinite. I mean, there's a lot of games coming out this fall. That's if they actually come out this fall, you know. Yeah. I mean, if movies got shut down, do you really think gaming isn't going to be the next one?
Well, gaming should start going harder, I think, because people are going to be home.
Well, yeah, but the point I'm trying to make though is
the developer,
the people making the games, yeah,
the people making the games are like, you know, there's like 200 to 500 people crammed in a building, right? So we haven't heard how this has been impacting gaming, but I mean, in LA right now, do you know how many jobs have dried up? How many jobs have been lost? Over 120,000 jobs in the entertainment industry, with no sign of when they're coming back.
You know what was sickening, disgusting? I did a video on Jeremy the other day. Is him going about, well, now they're going to have to listen about our concerns about woke. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? People losing their jobs. That's the take he got from it. It's so disgusting, his take.
Well, yeah, no, I did hear that, and I did catch that that video of yours, and I agree with you. Actually, it's like this is a person who has no knowledge of what it actually takes to make anything.
Right.
You know, he sits in his pool house in Florida, and he goes like, the women hate the mans.
Yeah.
Listen to me, the women's are bad. and you know that like he's like, but I'm building up this whole thing. I've got a team of all these people. None of them are paid. You know, they're, as far as I know, none of them are paid.
No.
So I mean, he's basically, everything he's built is on. There's no foundation there. The foundation that he's got might be the people that are kind of like his shields, but other than that, it's like no one's gonna care about, you know, a pool boy from Pensacola, right? Like no one's gonna care because when it comes down to it, when you ask him things, he's like, he doesn't watch movies. We know this. Because like he went on a stream with like Andy Signor and somebody else, and they're talking about movies. And he's like, "Oh, I have no idea," right? Like he doesn't really watch anything. He's kind of like Max in video games. He spends all of his time doing YouTube content and doesn't actually engage with this shit. So you know, I've worked in LA. You know this. I've worked in the industry, and so yeah, 120,000 people. Tons of my friends are out of work right now. You know, and they're like, how do I pay my rent? How do I pay for food? A lot of people are freelance. And so
poor Lewis, he has his regular job too. And yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's not actually, it's with him, it's on two fronts.
Yeah.
So he is what you would call access media. So he gets a lot of stuff from going to these, like these press events and like getting coverage. And that's where he makes a fair amount of money. Well, you know, with these interviews and stuff. Well, that's not happening. And then he also works at like a Comic-Con where he sells posters, and that's down. And so he's not making any money there.
That's rough, man.
So it's real rough. You know, I mean, like I'm fortunate that I live in Washington, and it's not quite as bad yet, but California just went on lockdown for the foreseeable future. You know, and it's like my brother works for a movie theater. They're closed down. They thought they were going to be reopening with Mulan next week. I had to break it to my brother today. Mulan ain't coming out next week.
Yeah.
And it's a drive-in theater, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. But because California has the very strict restrictions on no gatherings larger than 50 people, they can't be opened. So it's like all these people are losing all this money.
Yeah.
And they work in different facets of the entertainment industry, but it's all part of a symbiotic relationship. And to come out and be like, well, they got to listen to fans now, that doesn't mean shit.
Well, to say it's that woke woke to. No, this is not why people are losing their jobs, and focus on something positive. Like, there's not a silver lining to this, but if you could argue that there could be possibly silver lining, it's that people that just hate on entertainment is when it does come back, people are going to be happy and overly positive to get that content. The Sci-Fi Dragon says, as I said before, even after this is over, the 2020s will be a rough decade for Jeremy and the rest of the Fandom Menace. We're going to be happy to get content back and people to get their jobs back and supportive, not just hating on everything.
Well, yeah. Can I actually share something with you guys? Like share an image?
Yeah.
So I just put it up in the show. So this is the thumbnail design for a new series that I'm going to start. It's kind of like the Stream Buddies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stream Junkies. So my version of it's called "It Came from Netflix." I actually had this.
Cool.
I actually had a graphic artist make this up last night,
Nice.
and so I'm going to be working on it once I get my voice back. And but yeah, so this is what I want to do. That's positive, right?
Cool.
Is like watch something on Netflix and then talk about it. And I think that, and like what you guys do, like I don't always watch all the same. I don't watch anime, so I don't do a lot of that stuff. But you know, like it's hard for me to do TV shows as much. But a movie on Netflix isn't that hard to do.
Yeah.
So I thought this could be, and I've been working on this idea.
I
for a
saw
while.
that on Netflix. I didn't watch it yet, but I was interested in it too.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna. This is the first one I'm gonna do. This is just like I was working on it last night. My graphic artist buddy is in Australia and he's quarantined.
Okay.
You know, and so we were talking, and he's like, I just need to like get some creative juices flowing. I'm like, what do you want to help me out with this design? And he's like, he came up with this in like literally 20 minutes.
That's great.
So like that's gonna be that. I'm still figuring out when to do it, but yeah, I mean, like you know, I figured like this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, it's fun to kind of laugh at the Quarterling and laugh at Geeks and Gamers because, you know, it's easy. But at the end of the day, they don't bring anything of value to the conversation.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, they just don't. And so we need to be the change we want to see in the world.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the point. And that's hard. That's what I think is going to come out of this quarantine thing, because even the mayor of LA was saying today, he's like, crime is down, but generosity is up. And that's where I think we need to come at this then. Like, you know, we've spent so much time distancing ourselves socially through social media. Now we have to physically do it. And it's going to make us reevaluate our priorities. You know, so it's like yesterday I was delivering Japanese food to this one woman and she just wanted to talk to me. After I gave her the food, she was like, kept wanting to talk to me. And at first I thought she was like, you know, kind of hot on me, right? Like, you know, kind of sweet on me. I'm like, I'm a cute dude. You know, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Right. And then I realized, no, it's not because I'm attractive, because I'm not attractive, but it's that she was lonely. And she's lonely and she's looking for conversation. And a lot of people are like that now. And this is fearful for them. And so, you know, when Jeremy gets up there and he's like, well, they got to listen to us. Like, dude, all you're doing at that point is appealing to your base, and you're making no friends who actually work in the industry and are impacted by this. Those 120,000 people that don't have a job, guess what? They're not making content for you to shit all over.
Right.
So your life is reliant on them. Your profit is reliant on them. Without them, you've got nothing. And that's why all the ad revenue is going to dry up on YouTube. It already has been. And they're going to start feeling it. And when you build your foundation on nothing but anger and hatred and division, it's going to come down like a fucking house of cards. Sorry. So, I mean, that's where we're at. That's why we, if you want to not be a part of that, have to start really pushing it.
Well, I like to do both. I like to dunk on AJWs.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying don't do that because they're assholes.
No, I like to do both. It's hard to do both types of content on this channel. But something positive that we're happening this Sunday is my man Lunga. Now I forget his name. Darn it. I had Dominic Pace, an actor on The Mandalorian. He's going to have an interview this Sunday, which is really exciting.
Nice.
So I'm really happy for Lunga to get that. And I'm interested to see that interview. Hopefully I'll be joining him. We also, Lewis, you know, I'm the last boycotter, Matt. You know, I'm the last boy. I still haven't watched it yet.
I don't believe you, to be honest with you.
It's the truth. I watched the spoiler review of Grace. I did not watch it yet. But here's what happened last night. Our pal Lewis came on he got a box from Disney, and he unboxed it. And while he was unboxing the Blu-ray, he gave me the digital code so we could do a watch party. It might be delayed. We were planning for tomorrow night, but it might be delayed because he also wanted to have something more for the viewers that he didn't get yet, and he's still hoping for. But we are eventually going to do a watch party. Hopefully, Goldman will be there, Goldman says he recommends that I don't watch because I have it on my Movies Anywhere streaming right now, and I did not watch it still. He wants the first reaction to be on YouTube. But I might watch the behind the scenes documentary that Goldman was talking about.
One thing I actually want to do, if I do go on this stream, is I want to read this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, see how much the book actually adds to the film.
Okay.
That for some reason that book really angered me. The snippets I read really angered me. Because it's stuff that should have. It's just stuff that. Yeah. It's just. I mean, it's not like it's one of those things where it's like, as a fan of Star Wars, I just let out a sigh and was like, because it would have saved so much complaining.
For me, it's bittersweet because I'm a big lore guy, so I won't say anything about the movie Max, but when I see things that they add, it's bittersweet because they added this to the lore. I understand it more, but then it kind of takes away from the movie. Why wasn't this in the movie? And to me, it's bittersweet.
Well, here's something positive too. I started to watch just the special features on my phone because I got I have my Movies Anywhere, then my Vudu's on my iPhone last night before I went to bed. And man, was this brought joy to my heart. Billy Lord talking about how happy her mother would be that she got such a strong focus in the Rise. And that got me a little excited and something positive. And I can't wait to watch I'm more actually excited to watch the documentary than the movie, honestly. Because I like seeing people be happy. And these are creators, even if you don't 100% happy with the final product, they're still trying. They're still happy. Look at her face being involved in Star Wars with her mother's great legacy. Doesn't that make you feel good? To support that?
I've seen the documentary. It's very positive. It just makes you feel nice. I'm not the biggest fan of the movie. I like it.
Right.
But just watching the documentary, it's nice. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's having a good time. They're making a Star Wars movie. These are fans making a Star Wars movie. They're living the dream.
They were trying to do the best they could. Does it deliver for everyone? No, it's never going to deliver for everyone. But seeing people be happy about it, that made me happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm also. I'd like to see. Oh, that'd be a good topic for video. The Last Jedi documentary compared to this one.
I think the Last Jedi one's better.
Oh, you do?
I haven't watched the Last Jedi one yet.
Oh, when I read a documentary, have you ever seen the Phantom Menace documentary? A long time ago?
No, I don't think I did.
I think I did, but I don't remember. Yeah.
My favorite Star Wars documentaries are the ones that show a lot about what goes on behind the scenes, how, especially, you ever see the Empire of Dreams one? It's on Disney Plus.
I know it's there. I haven't watched it, but it's on my list of things to watch.
They talk about how the production for Episode 4 was very troubled, and how even when they were making Empire Strikes Back, how George Lucas did have some financial problems, and there was a lot of stress going on behind the scenes. When I see that in documentaries, it's so nice. So with The Last Jedi, they talk about how Mark Hamill wasn't a fan of what they did with Luke, and it's just nice to see that dynamic. And if you've seen the Force Awakens documentary, it's so boring because they're all just wow, we're doing Star Wars all the time. But The Rise of Skywalker, it's a nice mix between this is fun and here's some of the challenges that we faced, with getting Carrie Fisher, getting those scenes to be in the movie. So it's a nice mix.
Cool. That's nice. That's kind of why I got so upset with The Last Jedi. Is I did watch the Force Awakens documentary and that table read where Mark Hamill is so amped to come back and play with all his Carrie and Harrison, and then he didn't get one speaking word. And that's not Ryan Johnson. That's JJ and Kathy's fault for okaying that, for him to just be a literal cliffhanger. And he was so amped that he just read the for the table read, even though he's not included in the speaking part. And then he never got to play the Luke he envisioned. It's not going to always align with what he envisions either, but not that far off. that's why I got so mad after The Last Jedi, because if you remember, we had to wait for that cliffhanger, and then the first thing we see with Luke, toss the lightsaber, and I mean, it was a big buildup. That's why it was such an FU to some people looking for it. It's like, we're gonna subvert your expectations no matter what, no matter at what expense of anything. So all right.
Yeah, that was I remember seeing that in the theater for the first time, and I just went, "What?" I was not impressed.
I have never been more confused after seeing a movie than when I saw The Last Jedi.
Oh, me and my wife fought in the parking lot. She's like, just stop. You have to ruin everything for me. I don't want to hear it. And then there was a long drive home because we're out of town with family. And she's like, I don't want you, stop ruining movies. And that's when I went hard on YouTube.
I have a question for you, Max.
Okay.
Before Last Jedi came out, how did you see The Force Awakens? Like, did you like it?
Oh, yeah, I liked it. I had the same problems with everyone, that it's similar. I had high hopes for Finn. I liked this. I thought that it was different to show. I mean, we've seen it in the Clone Wars animated series about the troopers getting character development, but not so much in the trilogies. And man, would that, I talked to Boshti the other week about what a missed opportunity Finn was to have him more, maybe him become a Jedi and be a former stormtrooper, or even Lando's son. Not just because they're the race, but because that would be an interesting, how did Lando's son end up in the First Order, and how come he's not there to get him? And all these things would be really interesting story points. I'm not saying you can't expect things to have your mind, but I'm like, man, Finn would have been such a cool character, and that linking him to Lando would have been really interesting too, to see how did Lando's son end up as a First Order stormtrooper. That I just keep thinking of that as a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Even as someone who's a big sequel trilogy fan as myself, when I think about how they, especially in The Rise of Skywalker, how they handled Finn, I get upset.
Yeah. Okay, Phobic Zeno, point taken, little madman. I get it. I'll move. I won't be talking. That's the other reason I didn't see it yet. Matt, I'm telling you the truth. I did not see it yet because, unlike some other peenheads on the internet, I do not want to stay angry for my YouTube career. I am mad, but I don't want to be. So I do want to move on, and I don't want to be. I'm settled down where I think I can handle it now. Watching it, I just have to find the right time, and I think it is going to be on camera. I don't want to watch it first and then react again, because it won't be as raw.
Yeah.
So I do want to watch it with Lewis. Maybe you could get involved too in that watch party. I'm not sure, Matt. I'm not whatever if it works out or not. But
I don't know. I haven't talked to Lewis in a couple days, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Only get mad when it's appropriate. That's what I'm trying. Oh, all right. What else did I have here? Now, unfortunately, there's a rap article. Now, you might disagree with me on this, Matt, and I hope it's not true. I mean, there's an article right now that they're going to have a hard time surviving this the longer it goes. Even Cinemark. What are your thoughts on the movie theater industry after this? I know it's hard to predict, but
yeah,
the margins are slim for profit in movie theaters, and they really do. It really does depend on other regions of the world, and you can't count on China anymore. So,
well, I mean, the truth of the matter is this: we will always find a way to justify entertainment. That's just a fact,
for sure.
Once this is over, people are going to be flocking outside. They're going to be flocking to what they missed. Theaters are going to see a massive surge. They are.
Right. I hope you're right.
They're just going to see a massive surge. Now, it does depend on what movies are out at the time. We are going to see a massive. This is going to have a ripple effect that will very much impact theaters down the road as well as right now. Because once they get through, because how much stuff is in production that's now just been shut down, right? And who knows when it's going to come back up, and who knows how many projects are going to be greatly impacted by this. And so, but when everything comes back, you're going to see restaurants booming, theaters booming. People are just going to want to get out and live their lives again and play catch up. So there's that. But long term, Hollywood is going to have to learn off of this, and Universal, I would say, is. So, for example, The Invisible Man and The Hunt are now available for VOD rental. So you can get those if you want to see them. I think it's like $20 for a 48-hour rental. That's not bad. All right, it's a date. How much you pay for tickets if you're going on a date. Bloodshot comes out on Tuesday. Birds of Prey comes out on Tuesday. Right? Those both drop $20 a pop.
Boy, I want that sandwich now too.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching them both on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to see Birds of Prey. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I really want to see Bloodshot. And then you've got a Trolls World Tour coming out, day and date release on April 10th.
That's good for the kids that are stuck at home. I told my girlfriend and I both absolutely adore the first movie, and our daughter loves it too. And she was asking me, she's like, "Wait, did they release that already?" I'm like, "No, that's not." Is Justin Timberlake back?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, okay,
JT's back. It wouldn't be Trolls without JT. I'm just saying. Saying because in the first movie he produced the soundtrack. Yeah. So I at Comic-Con 2016 they showed us the first third of that movie at Comic-Con. So to get everyone hyped. Anyway, but the Hollywood's going to have to adjust, and but I do think what we're going to see is a slowdown on smaller movies and a relative uptick in the spacing of big budget. Yeah. I think the days of small indie movies in theaters outside of New York and LA are done. And that's been going that way for a while. Some movies will have a very good turnout per screen, but only in 2 cities. But after this, people I think people could also get used to the day and date releases.
Oh yeah. Well, my point is, we're the hardcore fans here. We love the movie theater experience, but actually going to the movie, this is one of the things that drives me crazy. Their addiction to the small screen. I think once that easy access gets there, the general public, I hope they flock back to the movie theaters, but they're going to get used to video on demand. And why compete with Disney at the theater when you can do video on demand? Is another thing. When you could that's the way to compete with Disney. I don't think movie theaters will ever go away, and I don't want that. I don't want that either. My opinion is that it's changed forever in a certain way, and just the big Disney amusement park ride films are going to be the tent poles at the movie theater, and you're going to see more video on demand to compete with Disney. Maybe even Disney Plus Fast Pass or these streaming services adding a new tier for movies. I don't know. That's what I foresee. It's coming sooner than later because of all this.
Yeah. Well, and I could be wrong about people flocking back to the theaters. I hope you're right. Well, I think initially it's going to happen. I do. Yeah. I think initially it's going to happen, but
especially
as things settle
that
down,
first one is Wonder Woman. That's really
and maybe who knows? Has
Wonder Woman been delayed?
And it hasn't yet. No, they've been very Warner's has been very quiet.
When's it supposed to come out?
Mid-June, I think.
Mid-June, okay.
So it's got some time. It's got a couple months left, like 3 months to go. And then in 3 months, who knows? We could be back to normal in 3 months. Hopefully. You never know, right? Like you never know. I mean, things are changing every single day. But there are people that are saying expect this to take about a year. Mm-hmm. And that means that everything's we're gonna buckle down and be watching a lot of old content.
Let's be happy about it. Let's deal with it. Let's take something good out of it. We catch up on some content.
Yeah.
Goldman's. I mean, he's having a hard time too. He's in school. He doesn't get to interact with his classmates as much. He has to be online. Mm-hmm. It's rough, and he's respecting the advice. Which for a young person out there, we really appreciate you doing your part, putting others above yourself, because honestly, you look like a healthy young guy. You probably won't have an issue, probably survive. but you could spread it to someone else that you love.
Yeah.
I keep going back to this. Arnold's comment. Did you see Arnold's comments yesterday, Matt?
I didn't see the spring break one, but I saw the one with the with his horse.
Yeah, those little donkeys or the little mini horse. Oh man, when you think about that, yeah, you could spread it to someone like that or someone you care. Or George. George should be social distancing. That's what you got to think about with all this. I didn't want to end on a sad note either, but yes, we have to take this seriously. Let's stay positive. But if anyone, I don't have that many viewers, but if anyone's young watching, definitely take this seriously. Unfortunately, someone that visited Disney World Orlando early this month, 34 years old, has passed away. That just hit the news. Have you heard about that, Matt? Matt?
Is my muted.
Sorry, I was coughing. Yeah. No, that's pretty terrible. Yeah.
And this is images from Disney World on the 15th. So we have to. Everyone has to take this more seriously. That's scary to think that someone caught it from there, and this is a few days ago. Before they. I mean, they've done the right thing now, but we need to act fast and do our distancing. Take it seriously.
Yeah.
Stay positive. There are things to stay positive about, but these little sessions help too. Talking to people, you don't have to be social media distance, just social distance in person. So reach out to people online. Although don't do it too much, like in Europe. They said Netflix to throttle the quality because what is it? Kim Kardashian always says she's going to break the internet. This might actually break the internet. Everyone being at home. That's another possible downside. I hope that doesn't happen. They haven't said that in the States, just in Europe so far. I've been spending a lot more time online.
I can honestly say that I'm about as much online now as I was before.
Well, this is your career.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and there's that, and with my girlfriend, because her job has been impacted, and so she's home, and then I'm like, well, if you're home in the daytime, then I'll just go do deliveries at lunchtime. I'll head out. I'll brave the world as a driver. I'm taking a couple days off to get over this cold, so I don't scare people.
Yeah.
Here's your Taco Bell. Don't worry. Just that phlegm that's on there, that's totally natural.
I'd be more worried about Taco Bell than you.
No, I do a lot of Taco Bell deliveries, but I mean, the thing is
is that the number one?
No, the number one for me is Panda Express, which is really funny because you figure amidst this situation, Panda would be slow. Nah, man. I did a catering order for Panda Express the other day. It was like literally go to Panda, pick up like 3 big bags of food, and then take it 2 blocks down the road to a high school, right? And I'm like, all right, and I drop it off there, and the people tipped out like $40. Nice. I'm like, that's the easiest $40 I've made in a long time.
Yeah,
I didn't have to use.
I like Panda Express. Now you're making me hungry.
I'm doing this. Too. No, you want to know the worst part is I've been trying to do intermittent fasting as a way to just kind of like lose some weight and stuff, right? So delivering food when you're hungry is that's terrible.
That's hard.
That's hard. The only one though that's real bad is Five Guys.
Oh,
because their French fries are so good. So I'm sitting there the other night and I'm picking up an order and the guy's like, "Oh, like, do you want some fries?" And I'm like, "It's like 9 p.m. so I don't eat after 6." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "You son of a bitch." Like I just want I want the fries, but like no, I can't eat them. But no, really, it's a fun side gig. You know what I mean? It's a fun side gig. Like I get to go do that. I do this. I don't mind it. And I'm hoping to start bringing back Blu-ray therapy when things start to calm down again. But I'm going to change Blu-ray therapy though. because I realized what happened was, for one, the nearest Best Buy to me is in the mall, and the mall has like a 0 filming policy. And so even though I'm just like taking quick pictures of like, 10-second clips of the movies, like the management's not a big fan of that.
Oh.
So I'm like, because they got the really cool looking steelbooks there, And then I thought, but then the other day I was at 7-Eleven, and they have like a Blu-ray section in 7-Eleven, right? And some of them now, they've been there for a long time, but I'm like looking through and I'm finding like multiple copies of Snakes on a Plane. And I'm like, for one, hell yeah, $4. Two, oh man, like this is actually, to me, this might actually be more fun. So instead of going to the mall or going to Walmart or Target and Best Buy, maybe doing like one of them and then like finding like the Goodwill and looking to see what Blu-rays are turned in.
Yeah.
Cool. And like what are like the more of the obscure finds? Because I like obscure finds. So one of the more random Blu-rays that I have is back in 2009 when Warner's was getting ready to release Watchmen.
Yeah.
They actually did a motion comic of the graphic novel.
I heard about that.
Right. And they also did the Curse of the Black Freighter as an anime. Right, that Gerard Butler did. So they put both of those on a Blu-ray. So you can get the motion comic and the Curse of the Black Freighter. I think I spent like $7.50.
That's cool.
And like that's cool because it's like super obscure,
Some of this stuff doesn't always translate to the digital either. Some of these special features are lost. Not all of them, but some of them. If it's lower quality special feature like DVD, they don't transfer it over. They only transfer the high def stuff.
Some stuff just doesn't get like I just like finding obscure movies, right? Like, and you find a lot at Walmart, by the way, because they kind of just buy whatever. No, the weirdest thing I've ever found at Walmart. Remember Terminator Genesis? Yeah. Sorry, not Genesis, Salvation.
Okay.
Salvation, yeah.
So they did a video game of it where you weren't playing as John Connor. It was the Moon, Blood Wolf or Blood Moon.
Oh, okay.
I forget her name, but like the one woman, she's in the movie.
Yeah.
And then so they took that and they made a machinima out of it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. And so I'm at Walmart and I'm looking around and it's all like Terminator Salvation machinima, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like $7. I'm like, yeah, all right, you're coming home with me. Just like picking up this random Terminator Salvation machinima DVD. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's just, why not? It's just added to the collection because it's something that's unique. That's what I like. I like the weird, crazy, unique stuff.
I have lots of steelbooks. I got Rambo. I didn't watch this yet. I've been wanting to do steelbook reviews. I got all the Rambos. Although this one got dented and Zavi didn't replace it. Look at that.
That's lame.
I hate that.
Max, the other day you said that you planned on watching Ford v Ferrari and you were going to do a stream about it. Because I want to watch that too.
Oh yeah, let us know. Me, you, and Bosch. Do you want to do? And Matt, you could be on it too if you want.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, do a round table after we watch it. I'm going to do the steelbook first, the review. I'll be on camera, just say what the special features are, and then I'll bring other people in for a round table discussion of the film. It's an excellent movie.
Yeah, well, I James Mangold, so I would expect nothing less.
Oh, I loved it. I just didn't watch the special features yet. So when I used to do steelbook reviews. I had to watch when I did them. I had to watch all the special features before I gave the review. So I'm gonna. There's not many on the. I think there's just a few on the Blu-ray, and then I'll give that review. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter, Goldman. Bosch definitely wants to do that one. And Matt, if you want to join in, or maybe we could do it on your channel. I don't know because you do Blu-rays too.
Yeah. I need to procure a copy of it. I don't own it. Yeah. I just got to get a copy of it somehow.
Don't you have a source that'll give you a free review thing? Maybe. Possibly.
Like a couple. Yeah, I got like a couple. Every once in a while sent to me, but I haven't done that in a while. It's mostly because it's like, for one, reviewing Blu-rays like does nothing for your channel. Like it just in regards to like, unless you can get it out early. Like the last one I got sent was Paramount and sent me Bumblebee. And then like I sat down and I watched it, and I didn't really care for the movie, but I watched like all the special features, and then I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, but like no one's gonna care about this, you know, and that's difficult to do. And you can't even get assets from the DVD, right?
Yeah.
So like everywhere you run it through, like it's just it there's a copy protection on everything. Like you can't, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to show clips or anything. I'm just going to show the Steelbook, the Blu-rays, and then like I'll go over the special features. I like to keep these two. This is a pain keeping track of all of these, but it has the list of the special features on it. So that's in the future. I think we're going to end it now. If you have any announcements about what your plans are on your channel, go ahead. Or if you want to, yeah, definitely, Goldman, I want to work with you on that review, because that would be fun to get someone that just watched it, because I love that movie. I watched it over my mother-in-law's house over the weekend when we were quarantined in her house, and everyone was nervous, and they're like, let's watch a movie, stop watching the news. That's another thing. Stop watching the news, watch a movie.
I agree.
And it really got us out of it. We were like, okay, and everyone enjoyed the movie. Even my wife, who is like, I don't want to watch that. She enjoyed it. It was great. The cinematography, the acting. It was such a good movie. I'll watch it again, actually. So yeah, hit me up on Twitter. We'll arrange a time for that.
Thank you.
And then Matt, what you got some plans?
I mean, well, yeah, it came from Netflix. I'm trying to think of like other ways to like cover stuff, because general coverage is going to be dead for like a long time. So like, what are people going to be looking for? That's kind of the next thing. And I really do want to get back into doing the live. I don't know if you've seen like my live shows.
Yeah.
Like I actually have people call in.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's a lot of fun. And I got cold. I got this damn cold, so I just like I don't really want to do
Feel
it.
better.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I got a cold last month. I got over it, and then my girlfriend gets sick from like going to one of the schools that she has to work with, and then she gives it to our youngest daughter, and my youngest daughter gives it to me, and then also gives it to our eldest daughter gave it to me, and then gave it to our youngest daughter. Of course, she's 2. She's got no idea about how germs spread. And if you don't catch it, you know how it is. You got kids, right? One person gets sick, dude, everyone gets sick. So,
right. My nieces, I'm like, I always when they come over, I'm like, are you sick again? Because they're gonna get me sick no matter what.
Yeah, it's just like it happens, and it's like, okay, give it a couple days, it will go through. But in the meantime, I'm still gonna try to put out content every day. I am working on a comic book review channel.
Oh, cool.
Because I just want to find more fun things to talk about.
Have you ever watched? Are you watching Clone Wars?
Yes. My God, I love the Bad Batch.
That's what I'm talking about now, or just the series as a whole.
The series as a whole is really good. Mm-hmm. I had just watched it in chronological order, for the first time, and I really enjoyed the chronological order, because I think it really did explain. Like, I don't know why they released it in the way that they did, but my only complaint is like towards like the later seasons, like there's a couple arcs that just kind of go nowhere.
Yeah.
And they feel like filler episodes. And when you're bulk watching them, I just started skipping through, I'm like, 4 episodes of R2 and 3PO trying to get, no, I'm moving past that, but I really enjoyed the first 4 episodes of this season. In fact, a new episode drops in a little over an hour.
I didn't watch last week's yet because I was away. I have to watch
you gotta watch. You gotta watch it, dude. It's like, here's the thing: is like I tweeted this out too. I'm like, they need to give us a Bad Batch show.
Yeah.
Like, just of like, think like the A-Team, right? But Star Wars. I think that would be like so much fun.
Yeah. That would be an interesting series. I would definitely watch that. That would be exciting because they have all unique personalities, and I think it would go well.
I think I'm gonna actually try to get a group together to go back and watch The Resistance. I know people haven't said it's great.
I've watched it. I've watched I'm working on season 2 right now.
I'm on season 2 right now as well.
It's good. It's actually really good. I mean, the first when you first start watching it, it's kind of like Clone Wars, where you're like, okay, this is a little bit too kiddie. Come on, like get to the point. And then as it starts to go and you start getting like past the first batch of episodes and they get it more into the meat of the story, it starts kind of opening up and it ties in directly with like The Force Awakens. And then the second season takes place during The Last Jedi. And so I think it's going to like open up a couple more things like, you know, of everything. So I'm only like 5 episodes into season 2. And unfortunately, I mean, well, I don't want to say unfortunately, because it kind of makes sense that they would end it.
Oh, okay.
Because they did like, you know, because what it was is this was Dave Filoni's show, right? His grandfather was a World War II fighter pilot. And that's why he built Resistance the way he designed it. Is he wanted it to be kind of like, you know, the story of like the fighter pilots from back in World War II. And then what I believe happened was the response to The Last Jedi was so harsh that Kathy was like, we need to fix this. We've already announced Disney Plus. Get on working on the Clone Wars season 7. And they took Dave Filoni off of Resistance and put him on
Interesting.
put him on Clone Wars as well as Mando. And so I think that's why they decided to cancel it after 2 seasons. You know, because it's like Rebels went for 4 seasons. Clone Wars is on 7 seasons. 2 seasons for Resistance.
Maybe it'll people start watching it when there's less content, and they might consider bringing it back.
I would hope. Well, the thing with it is though, is like at the end of the day, and when you watch, I mean, you can already tell from The Rise of Skywalker is going to end there's not going to be a need of Resistance anymore.
Okay.
Right? There's just not, because it's like all done. So there's no real need to have the show, because once you've finished the problem, you're done. And this is the biggest problem that they have with Galaxy's Edge, is they built it around the First Order, and they released it 6 months or launched it 6 months before we saw the end of the First Order.
Yeah, that's.
So it's like, what are you gonna?
I don't know if I would agree with that, Matt. I mean, you don't mind spoilers, Max. If soon you know what happens.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Like at the end, they destroy Palpatine's forces, but the First Order is still out there for the most part. I mean, you see a few ships being destroyed on a few of the planets, but the First Order is very much still throughout the galaxy.
Well, I mean, the same thing.
The galaxy.
Well, they didn't though. Not really. They had a year.
For a year.
They had control for a year, but that's not going to be everything. I mean, the Empire had control for 20. So had control for over 20. So their expanse, their reach was there, right? The First Order had a year. So they had territory. But how much time in that year was Kylo Ren looking for what he was looking for? You know? Like
Sure.
Like how much of it was because he was Supreme Leader a day after they kind of like announced their, you know, like they announced, hey, we're here. So it's just like, okay.
I see both your points there.
I just don't think
it has ended, but the First Order still is a thing. I could see both ways.
And even though the like final order or whatever they called it is destroyed, there is still no governing, like there's no government for the galaxy right now. And like, the First Order is, I mean, they could go either way because it's not really solidified as to what the First Order is like after the Rise of Skywalker. Like you see it as done. I kind of saw it as, oh, it's still out there. What I hope they do is similar to the post Return of the Jedi expanded universe stuff, because that war, the Rebellion Empire, went on for like another 15 years, as opposed to the canon, it went on for another 1 year. So I hope I want to see more stories with the sequel characters. So I hope they keep a conflict going.
I do. I think it's dead. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think they're going to focus all their efforts on the High Republic. And the reason why, and I'll, you know, to quickly recap it, Disney needs to get access to China. Even now, they still want access to China. It's a lot of people, and there's no strong Star Wars foothold. So what they're doing is they go back 200 years with all these new characters, all these new stories, and they're eventually going to tie it into the prequel trilogy. And then by that point in time, if they can get that foothold in China, then those people will now have access to all of that other ancillary material. The majority of the books have already been released for free on ebooks in China back in October. They did that. They worked with Tencent to release 40 of the new canon ebooks for free in order to.
I don't know about that. I mean, I haven't heard about that.
No, no, I covered it in a video. They did.
Okay.
They teamed up with Tencent, and they also hired a Chinese blogger to write a Star Wars story for China, because they're trying to create a grassroots movement in order to establish a fan base in the country. And like I said, they want to. This is my theory, my speculation is that they're going to move backwards to then build to the prequels, to then be able to bring that full force to China with all that merch and all that stuff.
So you think the 2022 movie will be High Republic stuff?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't know to what extent, but I think that's what it's going to be.
I think that they're going to be, they'll wait on the First Order and the sequel stuff, and then people are going to be nostalgic for it in 10 years. And people are saying it's secretly brilliant. They love it. And there's going to be, just like people are about the prequels now. I think there's going to be a lot of love for it to be, especially with the younger generation growing up. And hopefully we're past all this BS. But that's actually, we're going to end it. Because we went a little 20 minutes extra. We got fun. I actually gotta leave the house tomorrow and go to work. So that's why it's almost 2 for me.
So, me too.
I appreciate you both coming on, Matt. We had a good time. I didn't think you were going to stay on that long. Thanks for staying for the whole show.
Thank you for staying on.
We had a good conversation.
You guys got me talking, and then I'm like, I can,
We stopped you from playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
What
I'm
the
sorry.
hell?
You seemed excited.
Well, I'm also very tired, so.
Okay.
You guys could probably hear my voice is a little bit off tonight.
Well, get some rest, everybody. Stay safe. Listen to people that know what they're talking about. And hopefully we'll get all through this and look forward to there's lots of stuff that you can catch up on and enjoy. And I'm going to reach out to Goldman about that Ford v Ferrari because I want to do a review. So bye, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Later.
All right. I'm ending it now. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.